Irissah here with We Are Jersey Magazine, and I'm sitting here today with India Rose.
Hey, Iris.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good today.
That's good. So you're a woman of many roles. You're an entrepreneur, a musician, and you're even starting your own media company. So what would you say brings you the most joy out of all those things?
I can't pick. Collectively, they all play a part in like my bigger vision. So, yeah, it just all of them are intertwined somehow.
Okay.
They all bring me the same level of satisfaction.
That makes sense. So how do you balance all of that?
Wow. You want the lava truth. Balance, I think, is really no such thing of balance, if you will. Like, I don't really consider it balance, because I feel like when we say balance, they all have to equal out. But I think in this process, like in this moment, I'm in the process of like building it up. So I have to sometimes give a little attention to media, give a little attention to artistry, give a little attention to my clothing, my business, and I'm just like building a team to help balance it. So it's really in the stage of growing and staying focused, which helps balance it. Just staying focused and motivated.
How would you say you find like the right people to be on your team?
Wow. So I'm building a team right now, and I think it boils down to people that want to be on the team. Like, you can't really bring somebody on who don't have a vision for what they want out of the two, or if they're not interested in it. I try to look for genuine people, because I feel like myself, I'm a genuine person. I genuinely am building up all these things to be able to one day help like my people, and that's just people who help me, people in my family, my friends. So I look for genuine people that, bring a certain energy. That's a good energy.
Okay, that makes sense. So you were just on a remix, Who Gon' Check Me?
Yes.
So how did that come about?
So Nisa F, so dope. Her mom, dope. We worked together on a project with Bach out in South Jersey, Bach brand. It was a Florida's project. I know her through the area too. She lives in Rahway. I'm from Elizabeth, so we're like neighbors. And she asked me to give her a record. I like the record. My kids love the record, so the remix was just like a no-brainer. And I hopped on and I just did what I did, and it just came together. We just shot the video for it. Fire. The song actually just dropped yesterday, so listen to it. Send me a video. I feel like I was talking my shit in there. Empowering the ladies, giving them something to, put in their caption and say. But yeah, she's so dope. She asked me on. We've been working together on a few projects. We did a project out in South Jersey for like an all-female project. It was titled Flotus, so First Ladies.
Okay.
And it was dope too.
That's dope. So what would you say, what was it like growing up in Elizabeth?
So that's kind of like, I grew up in Elizabeth, but I lived in North too, so I moved around a little bit. So my childhood was a little unstable. So growing up in Elizabeth was like I was in and out. I grew up mostly there, but I was never like involved in the city as much. So like my aunt was very strict. So I come from like a strict upbringing. So I was always into my books, straight A student. I really never intertwined until like I got a little older, and then I stepped out my best friend and I kind of started mingling. Yeah, it wasn't like really into it. I really couldn't say I grew like involved in everything, because I was like in the house by street lights, in the yard. You couldn't go outside the yard, so it was a little bit closed in. But I have friends. I made friends, and I still have those friends to this day, and that grew.
Okay, so when did you start getting into music?
Back in, so I always loved music. I always not wanted to do music because I always wanted to tell my story. I feel like that's what music allows you to do. Music allows you to be expressive and, tell a story. At least music, like the music I'm into. It allows you to tell a story. So I always not wanted to tell my story, because I come from like so many different things that I feel like creates the strongest people. like middle school, I was in like I was in a group called Pimp Unit. It was like, but we was like kind of going off of G Unit because I love 50 Cent.
Wow.
So I just like knew I wanted to rap. We would like remix the songs, and then like fast forward to 2000 and I think it was like 12. I like first time getting in the studio, just playfully, and then I actually took a break and then I doubled back in like 2017. And I was just writing, and the people like, oh, you know, you actually can rap, you know, you got bars. So I just took it more serious, and then from there it just kind of elevated and it's just continually growing.
Okay, wow, Pimp Unit.
Yeah, my name is Pimperella. I don't know how we came up with that, but yeah, my name is Pimperella.
Wow.
Embarrassing moment.
Did y'all ever like actually get in the studio, or y'all it was just like a you know?
It was like a group, like it was like my friends. I was in 6th, 7th grade.
Okay.
This is when like this is when G Unit was like popping, and yeah, I just thought I was 50 at one point. Like you couldn't tell me I was a 50.
Wow. So how would you describe your creative process?
So for me, music is like I'ma always say, music for me is like super personal. So when I'm writing, I'm usually pulling from my experience. I'm pulling from, you know, maybe not even just my experience, the experience of my friend or someone I know. And I tend to I'm really in tune with the beat. So I love beats too. And it's just taking my words and putting over the beat. So when I'm writing, I use it to the beat and I try to orchestrate my voice around the beat.
Okay.
And always staying like creative and using bars. So I love playing my words. I love wordplay. I love punchlines. I like all that. I don't ever want to just get on there and just say anything. I want to say something.
Word.
And I feel like all of that combines to, you know, make what I like, make what sounds good.
Right, that's good that you have an outlet to like express yourself through music. That's really important. But who would you say are some artists that you grew up listening to, or just some artists that you even listen to now?
50 Cent. 50 Cent. So I grew up loving Eminem.
Oh, me too.
Like that was, you couldn't tell me that wasn't I just knew it was like my soulmate at one point. Like I just was like, I don't know, I guess the realness of it, and that's what I like in music. I like the realness of music.
Right.
When people can be vulnerable and say it. And was just always spitting like true. 50 Cent, Eve. I love Eve. I like that hood, like sexy vibe. But I love R&B too, so I love rap and I love R&B. Maybe even R&B a little more. Chris Brown, Janae Aiko, Monica, Fantasia. So I guess it's people that I could just relate to in music, or that can speak their truth in music. Those are like my top that I could think of like offhand with R&B and rap.
Word. So tell me about your boutique.
So it's lit. I just lend a brick and mortar, so I have a studio. It caters to women's clothing, 2-piece set. So I kind of narrowed it down to like what I want to do. So I started in 2016. So this has been like it's been in the work for years. I started in 2016. I've been building up over these last few years, and I finally secured the spot where I have everything in there. I even narrowed it down to 2-piece sets. It's more for like edgy glam. So edgy as in like a little risque, if you will, form-fitting. But glam so that you could wear it like up. You can even dress it down, but it still has that dressy effect to it. I'm actually shooting a photo shoot for it. So I'm doing my very first photo shoot with my brand. That's exciting. And I'm just trying to build it, make it global. Right now it's local. A few people, I did a few stuff like out of state, but I'm trying to make it like touch all over. So I'm working on building that up more. Okay,
that's dope. And you also have another clothing line for unisex clothing.
Yes. I feel like that's derived from it's derived from my artist, my name, India Rose. But it's more like in the
So it sounds like merch.
So it's merch. So it's like merch more, but it's still like my clothing line. So I branded it to be my clothing line, but it still is going to intertwine like my artist merch. I wanted to keep that unisex because I feel like I do have male fans as well as female fans. I love athleisure wear, streetwear. So I just wanted to bring that, like bring my creativity to that. And that's been going well. This is the shirt. I have on the shirt now. So I have like, so it's like I focus on embroidery. So my thing right now, like my thing with my brand overall, both of them are quality. I feel like that's what pushes you to the top. That's what stands you out.
Yeah.
So everything is embroidered just so that it has that lasting, it lasts. It's not something that's gonna wash away in a couple of months, a year. It's literally, I wanted people to have it and enjoy it, get their money's worth. I'm focused on affordability as well. So it's for the people. It's for people that just want to look nice, wear quality, and support me.
Okay, so what is some advice you would give to your younger self?
Let go. I feel like I'm a person of togetherness. I like things to be a certain way, which it sets the tone for things of quality. It sets the tone for quality. It sets the tone for quality. But I feel like there is a such thing as being too, organized or too perfect. I strive for perfection. That is like, I try to stay from that word now because nothing's perfect, and I think you learn that as you go. Nothing's perfect, and my understanding of the world, how I look at it, nothing really is what it is. It's really your perception and how you look at it. So if I had to tell my younger self, it would be to let go.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta do it.
That's it.
Because if you focus on being perfect, sometimes you're never gonna get your art out.
Yeah, that's a lot of art. Like a lot of people struggle with that though, like being perfect and trying to make things so packaged. I think there's beauty in the struggle of something because it shows like it shows growth. So
a lot of people can relate to that.
Yes.
Okay, so what can we expect from you in terms of music and your brand coming up?
Expect nothing. It's like I want to say expect and letting go. Expect nothing. No, expect more of everything. I've got to a place where I had to grow my business to be able to have that luxury of time and money to do my music. So expect more music, expect more clothes, expect more vibes, expect more greatness because that's what I'm going after. I'm aiming for the top. Okay. So everything is coming together.
So are you working on like an album or are you just gonna keep putting out singles?
So with that, I'm actually working on features right now. I'm trying to find the right time to put it out. And that was just like time overall, like my time, my personal time, working around being a mom. So I do have an album already done. I'm in works with my team putting it out. And for the most part, I'm just doing features. So I have a feature with someone from down south, Everyday Sunny, coming out. I did a few features with a few people out in Newark. I'm on a record, I'm the only female on the record with Shotgun Suge, Ill City Entertainment. So I'm just working right now. I don't really have a goal as if I could say because I just know like as long as I put out music and as long as I put out what I want to put out, the time comes. Like it's really God's speed right now for me.
Okay.
So in the meantime, I just been working on singles, features. I'm working on with a few artists from down south in Atlanta, and also some Newark artists. So like Newark is like our neighbor city. And then I'm gonna drop my album. I have to drop it eventually. It's a single and then that I know that I'm dropping next. It's called All on Me. It's about the struggles of motherhood. Okay. I feel like a lot of women are gonna relate to that. And also men. Like men can understand it too. And then I think I'm gonna drop the album. I'm waiting. I'm trying to figure out the right time.
Okay. Don't rush it, you know.
I know, I'm not rushing. I'm really not rushing. I think that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It's like not rushing. Sometimes it's, it was a quote, sometimes it's best to do nothing than to do anything. Like, so I'm waiting for that moment.
Okay, so where can we find your work?
You can follow me on Instagram _India Rose. That's India like the country, Rose like the flower. And my website, Glamorose Boutique, is www.glamoRose, so GLAMO Rose Boutique .com. And I follow me on Facebook. I have Facebook too, India Rose. I also have my business page on Facebook too, Glamorose Boutique, as well as Aidniesor, and that's just like the name Aidniesor. That's just regular on Instagram. Everything is linked. So if you go like my Facebook if you go to my Facebook, it'll link it to my Instagram. If you go to my Instagram, it should link it to my Facebook.
Okay, yeah, that's right. You heard it here at We Are Jersey Magazine. I'm Irissah, India Rose, and we'll see you next time.
We are Jersey. We are Jersey. We are Jersey.